I started playing. I went to tune it into drop D to practice some certain songs, and fucking broke a guitar string. I'm so mad. So I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna buy all steel strings, and then.
What were you playing before?
Nylon.
You got little baby hands.
It's like that string I think is nylon, but the others were like
drop D nylon. That should be a genre actually.
drop D nylon.
Where they play with nylon, distorted nylon strings. I bet that's actually a weird, unique sound.
I bet, honestly, that's a crazy sound too. So
a little more robotic, I would say. I bet.
I do think this time around, I want to record it all in one go, so that way I don't have to send it to you, edit it, and then have it sent back. I'm gonna just let it all run.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna be splicing it with the thing anyways, so I can cut out the.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm gonna
I'm
edit.
saying we can take intermissions without having to hit pause on that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit start.
Yep.
All right. What up, Spotify? Welcome back to episode number 2 from the Tacoma Parkour Collective. I am Tyler.
I'm Jared.
And we got some notes of things to talk about today. Last week, if you saw the YouTube, you already know that we were able to pick up a pair of the Store Wars shoes. We got a pair for every member of our team. Thank you, Jared. That's such an amazing thing for you to do for the community.
That's the whole goal of the channel, is to create a platform for the community, because I know there's plenty of people in Seattle and that area because it's more metropolitan, but we got some really good gritty spots in Tacoma, and I think they just haven't been getting justice did on them until we showed up, to be honest.
Yep, we put the grit in Grit City, that's for sure. And if you haven't seen the Store Wars shoes, I highly recommend swinging over to YouTube, finding the Store Wars channel, watch their videos. They're an amazing team. They've done amazing things for the whole community and industry.
They also have an Instagram page, Store Design, where they have all their design stuff. They have fancy advertisements for the shoes too, all the colorways. They look pretty nice. Originally they were going to have 8 colorways, but realistically that wouldn't have been feasible. They sold out in 3 days for most of the sizes.
Oh man.
I can only get the ones I already have in my size. There's no half sizes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Besides the shoes, I did get to go to Dynasty Fitness. I got a paid opportunity to go to Dynasty Fitness and do kind of an experiment to test a fall safety device. I don't really know most of the details. All I know is they put a couple devices on me and they had me act like I was 90 and just kind of fall all over the place. It was a good time. I can't believe I got paid for that.
Were you climbing anything too, or just randomly falling on the flat ground?
Okay, it was one of them was I had to act like I was walking and I just kind of tripped. And then I had to fall downstairs.
It's like an airbag system, because that sounds really funny.
No.
That'd be funny.
It wasn't an airbag system. It was kind of like a life alert thing.
Oh.
Yeah. But so I was covered in protective material, not airbag suit or anything, but it was skater gear.
Got wrist guards on.
Yeah, I had wrist
pads.
guards, knees, and elbow pads. I had a vest that had hard spots to keep me from getting crushed or whatever. And I had to just let myself, instead of rolling or trying to catch the fall, I had to let myself just completely eat it.
Sounds pretty fun.
One of them was I had to act like I was on the toilet, and I passed out on the toilet, and fell off the john.
That'd be pretty sweet. I could commit hard to that. Fall straight on my face.
I did. It wasn't required, but I made a sound. I was like,
Oh, you flexed out. That's what you did for your bit. You flexed out.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and then I got to show my kid a parkour gym for the first time, and he loved it. I pulled him out of school. We went and jumped around, climbed. He had a good time. I wish we had more time.
It looks pretty nice. I'm a little worried that I can't find any information on when open gyms are.
I might have to help you look at that because I know that they exist. I know it's out there. I know also that you can rent the space. The experiment, they had rented the entire gym, so there was nobody there. It was literally just me, the person running the experiment, and my kid.
Right.
And then the owner was there.
Someone gotta let you in, right?
Right. So with that, it kind of leads into this next point, which is there's a competition series coming up that is going to be all over the nation. Like they're having events literally all over America for the national parkour competition.
And who are the hosts? United States Parkour? Or?
Yes, United States Parkour is going to be running this series, and there are going to be 2 events in Washington. One is going to be in April, and that is going to be at Dynasty Fitness. So look for that. No, in Issaquah.
In Issaquah. See, you gotta specify. You can't just say Dynasty.
Dynasty Fitness is a parkour gym in Issaquah, and they will be holding a competition qualifier for the national competition, and that will be happening at their location in April in Issaquah.
In the Issaquah branch. That's not where you did the test, though, was it?
That is. I drove out to Issaquah.
I was never going to Issaquah on Tuesday.
Well, I was hoping we would carpool, honestly. I was hoping you'd come, and then we would drive out there together, but I also didn't communicate enough ahead of time.
And that's exactly what we're here for, because we need stuff like that here. There's no reason why it isn't. We got kicked off of Dickman's Mill the other day.
No way.
It was kind of crazy. I think, honestly, it was the waves. People were worried about the waves. The waves were crazy. But we didn't walk through any parts where the waves would hit. But it was...
Was it like security or...
Security came, but we were...
They had security?
We were feeling a little stubborn, so we kind of were just like... left the spot and hung out at the park till security showed up like dinguses. Next time we're going to leave. Next time we're going to leave, Caleb. I don't know why I didn't think of that either. Like, we should just... The security guard did not want to talk at all. Just had to, like... the camera rolling. It's like no one ever does anything around here. The worst. Not even like saying words. I'm not even trying to embarrass you. I'm just trying to document the situation so people know what to expect. And at that spot, not security usually, but maybe make sure the water isn't like crazy, because it was like low tide, but the waves were like hitting them, like reaching the top of like the plyo jumps. Oh. So climbing through that part. No, I climbed over the handrail, and I'd rather not do that. I like taking the easy way in.
I didn't even know they had security down there. Honestly.
It's rent-a-cops. It's just
okay, so it's like Securitas or something?
Pretty much.
Damn. Okay. Well, yeah, so I haven't heard of any of us getting kicked off a spot in a while. I think the last time we got kicked off a spot was... what was it, TCC?
That's the last time for you. I get kicked out every other session from somewhere.
Oh, man. Have you been kicked out at the Fluent Steps yet? At all?
Which one's the Fluent Steps again?
Glass Museum.
Not Glass Museum, but we've been kicked out across the street at the History Museum.
That makes sense. That makes total sense, but...
I mean, kinda. There's no historical precedent that anyone's going to hurt themselves at this museum. It's the exact wrong place for them to be acting like that. Actually, think about it. We haven't hurt ourselves there yet, and they need to let us make the history before.
There's not...
Nah, I get it, but security's just... It's just sometimes it's like, that guy's doing... just doing the D word, man, rhymes with rugs, and like they're worried about us jumping. They come whisper liability at me. Like, what if I pull out a notarized waiver? They're gonna try not to accept it, but they're gonna have to legally accept it. And I'm really gonna do that, actually.
That's a funny idea. Just I already have papers that you don't have to approve. That's messed up.
If the state approves, that's almost like having permits as far as I'm concerned. Shoot.
Almost, for sure. So, the other spot. Okay, I talked about Issaquah. What I didn't talk about with this competition coming up is that there is going to be another one in Spokane at Crete Academy. And I think that this would be a good trip for us to make because I've met the Crete guys before and they are absolutely sending it. Like,
yeah.
If you check out their videos, check out Crete Academy or Crete Freerunning out on Instagram, YouTube. They are popping off. Some good old Washingtonians. So, what are some of your goals coming up? Like, what are you trying to work on?
I'm trying to make a pretty long, like a long form documentary style thing about just us and the culture around Tacoma parkour, because it's and not Tacoma parkour our channel, parkour in Tacoma the city, because I know there are people that train, but like I haven't seen most of them. They should come out.
Yeah, we don't get to see.
We're starting to pop off too, and I don't know. I'm just trying to train more people. It sounds a good time. That's the whole point.
Right, coming together as a community. I haven't seen a lot of people. In fact, I had to search really hard originally to find you, even. And then we didn't pick Caleb up until one day we were like, you know what, it's wet, it's rainy, let's go jump around at the trampoline park. Yeah. And then, how'd you meet Grissom?
He used to work at Home Depot with me.
Yeah.
He was freight. I still am. Lumber recovery. It's just fancy freight kind of, but specifically in a certain department.
Yeah, I can't wait to ask him how he got into parkour on one of these episodes. We'll let him
when I
tell
asked
the story.
him, he told me he's been trying to find people. It's like, I've never heard that yet. I like that. I like hearing that.
For sure. Well, how about, what are you trying to work on right now as far as your skills go? What do you want to get better at coming up?
I just want to get better at climbing, not necessarily like bouldering, because I'm okay at bouldering on like a wall that's not
inverted.
You're right. If it's not inverted, I can usually get up at reasonable
45-degree angle.
Especially if there's a lot of footwork involved. I can do a lot of footwork stuff. But urban climbing, with rails at the top of walls and stuff, I can definitely climb up those really easy. I have the like exact right muscle set like already worked out to like just do that for whatever reason. It's the crimp grip. I gotta work on climbing up walls. But I think I just need to try to push a little bit higher up the wall just initially, because then I'm doing less work trying to push myself up, because I can just kind of run and be where I need to be if I push a little harder. Well, maybe not yet, but I know I can get there with some practice.
Work on some more dynamic technique rather than like slow eccentric strength.
Getting up more rather than strength, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, awesome. I think we'll get to do a bit of that today. I have a couple spots around here. Have you been able to find any new spots lately?
I wouldn't say new spots, but there's definitely new spots as in like I know a bunch of spots, but there's plenty of spots in Tacoma we haven't hit.
Are they on CityLegends already, or do we have to?
No, there's some hidden gems. There's specifically a stair set by the Winco on 72nd. It's off on.
Okay.
It's kind of by Hosmer, and that's why I want lots of people there, because I have my whole life with me.
Yeah,
Want
we
to
wouldn't
feel a little
want to get
safer,
rocked.
but like it's right by one of the highway entrances.
Okay.
It's not on there, but by a
I know what Winco you're talking about.
there's like a little stairwell in the corner. Just it doesn't go to anywhere.
I've
But
been to that LA Fitness.
It's perfect to train at. Honestly, it looks like it at least.
What's crazy is that LA Fitness is one of the nicest ones out here.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like the newest one. I think.
And then
There
there's
may be
some
sunrises.
There's a few like hit and run spots on like Yakima Avenue. Like in between, like South Tacoma and Parkland, in between that area, there's a whole bunch of hit and run spots.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
the summertime, there's like a brick school made in like the 60s or 70s. I checked on Google Maps; it looks super close together.
There are a
Get some
couple
roof gaps.
schools that have like some crazy entrances. I really, honestly, I'm not super comfortable training at schools in general because I just don't. I'm 30. Just to put it out there, I don't want to be like some creepy old man. I just want to work out, and oh, gross! I'm watching an episode of Star Wars here in the background, and I think he just put his hand in like dog poop. That's horrible.
Been there.
Yeah, that is not what you want from a training session for sure. Let's see. As far as new spots go, I've been kind of thinking about like different skate parks and training like some jumps at skate parks, but I don't want to be a poser, so I don't want to go until I have a skateboard so that I can at least like, even if I don't spend the entire time skateboarding, I can at least like say that I have a reason to be there. Like, yeah, I suck at skateboarding, but watch this!
I don't know. Parks just aren't necessarily my vibe. They just never have been.
The thing I like about parks is you're less likely to deal with situations where, like, you're forced to vacate. So, like, when we go to Sprinker, I have no worries that everything that we're doing is going to be totally fine.
Right.
Because, I mean, they have security, but that security can see that we're working out. They have a workout area specifically to train now. And so I have no worries about being asked to leave the spot.
There's only a couple spots in the city I worry about it. Like the blue gravel slides.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Caleb's around, apparently, because Caleb's just like, I guess, warms up in the exact right way that security can trust him or something. Because me, him, and Troy have gone there like twice, and no one's ever talked to him about leaving. I showed him, there's like, blah, 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 blah. Shouting at me with it. Oh, like intercom. He's like, come on.
Man. That's got to be some, like, prejudice or something. Like, they just...
It's because I'm fat. It's just like at the jam, man.
They're like, you're going to hurt yourself.
It's just like at the jam. The Asian dude was doing the exact same type of landing I was. We were just kind of testing the length, and I get lectured about technique, and he doesn't.
Oh, I don't want to out anybody on the podcast.
I know. It's why I didn't say anyone's name.
Yeah. Man.
No, I look the other way. It's just sometimes it's like, don't just assume.
Right, because you don't, even when like somebody's prepping, you don't know how much work they've put into something. You don't know what their knowledge of the sport is, unless you know them.
I was literally being lectured about the one of the two things I do all the time. Oh, you stride on the balls of your feet? Yeah, no duh. And I'm gonna once I know the distance. I want to make sure I can do it. And that's the thing. You always got to make sure you can check your surfaces. If you can't prep it, then that's a different type of training. You got to worry about the mental stuff sometimes. I like getting into that.
There's another side here.
I wasn't doing that at Freerun Park. I was just testing the distance and his.
Right. There's another side here. You can tell that guy at least cared, right? He wanted to see you succeed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken the time.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. So, like...
And he's good and knows what he's talking about. It's just sometimes you gotta...
Sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
I never said you didn't.
No,
that was necessarily want to hear it.
That was me...
well, you know what you're talking about.
Right, but that was me trying to, like, relate from your perspective.
Yeah, that's fair.
You being like, I know what I'm talking about, what I'm doing here. I don't need the advice necessarily.
I know what to do. Sometimes doing what you're supposed to do is part of it too.
I run into this at the gym sometimes where somebody's like, hey man, why don't you try, like, honestly dude, I'm working on this for a very specific reason and I would appreciate the space to work on it.
Right. I got a plan. I appreciate the attention, but I do not need it right now.
Yeah, like I already measured this out. I know that I'm capable. I just need the time and freaking space. Please give me some space to work on it.
Let me get it.
Otherwise, like, it can be honestly a little discouraging to get advice when it wasn't asked for.
That's pretty much my whole point. There's plenty of stuff I want advice for, but so it's fine. Maybe it's just not maybe we just have different processes, so it's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm not mad or nothing.
I think I have the hardest time when we're training together with this because I want to see you succeed, and like I have the fitness knowledge. I'm certified, and so I just want to put it out there. But sometimes I know I need to sit back and just like let you work through it.
Most of it's mental for me anyways. That's why I'm like, yeah, man.
Like 90% of it.
I hear you, but like I just need to get the swagger back.
Yeah. Get those moves like Jagger.
He's like 100.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if he has the moves anymore.
To sing, but I don't need those moves.
Yeah. Alright, so if you guys are interested in learning parkour, coming to train with us, we do offer a first lesson. Please reach out. We are also willing to just train with people. If you already know parkour, again, please reach out, let us know, and we're definitely looking for spot suggestions. If you see a roof gap, if you see a crazy precision, or just something like an obstacle that you think we could train on here in the greater Tacoma area, please send us a message on Instagram.
Especially water challenges.
Yeah.
I'll quit. I say we, but this is kind of my own thing.
I want water challenges.
We owe Quinn Jets a water challenge video. Like 3 years ago, he's like, I can't wait for the water challenge video. Done like 3 water challenges total, like since.
Let's plan to go camping this summer, and there's a river.
I've been trying to go camping for like 3 years also.
I know, so let's go this summer. Let's plan a trip to Rainier, because there's that massive river with all those giant rocks, kind of like that one video with Ryan Doyle, right? Where he's like running through some Swiss mountain river. Yeah. So we kind of have a spot like that out here that we could be hitting. As you know, Rainier is in Pierce County.
Pierce County.
253. All right. Do you have any closing words here?
Stay ripping.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Stay ripping. Much love. Thanks for listening, Spotify. Thanks for watching YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. I feel like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel good about this one.
If we weren't spilling a little bit of tea, what would honestly be the point? Let's be honest. And see, this is the bonus. We're going to give it like a minute more of a conversation.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, this is some bonus content right now. We're just like chilling. at the house, or my place. Man, I feel good about this episode, actually.
I feel pretty good about what we've been doing lately in general.
Yeah.
I wish we didn't live here just for the shoes. I wish we lived in England just 2 weeks ago. Well, I mean, not really, but...
Right, because now I bet...
I'd be down to live there forever, to be honest. Brighton seems just like Tacoma, except the buildings are taller and more dense.
I don't know. I don't know what the laws are like, and that's the big thing for me as to what would make me want to live someplace like that is... Tacoma is the devil I know, you know? I would need to visit, like, multiple years in a row to know that I want to live someplace else. That's the main reason I moved to Vegas, was because it was another devil that I knew. I would visit there. I still visit Vegas almost every year right now. And I know the city. I know what to expect. I know that you can walk down the street and roll your blunt legally. So I know that I'm not going to get arrested for living my normal life.
See, I have autism. I don't need that visiting part. I can relate to people like through their experiences as they're experiencing them.
I can definitely relate to it, but that doesn't mean that like who knows? Maybe what they're putting on YouTube right here is illegal in England, you know? Like, it could be, I mean, right now, what we're watching, probably not, but like...
Toby breaking a record. He becomes the fucking the English record holder here.
For everything.
For this sport, yeah. His first try, he was like a foot behind the world record. The English world record.
Wow. I'm pretty excited for some jumps today. We got a good plan and layout. We're going to go... There's a wall run challenge that we're going to hit. I have a wall jump challenge that I'm really excited to hit. I want to try to jump off of one obstacle to a wall and catch, and then climb up and out. But I'm honestly kind of petrified of the jump itself, just because it's like at height, there are some sharp edges involved. You never know what you're gonna find down here because it's like under a bridge. And
that's
then
another thing about England, man. They haven't advanced to putting rails everywhere because it's cheaper than cement. So all the handicap things are walls. Give me them. Everything's a damn rail here, or it's like flimsy. It's flimsy metal. I literally work with that stuff. It is not. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. If I don't have to pay to fix a spot, I would rather not. And I am really not trying to.
Speaking of, we have to remember, we need to measure the bolts down at the waterfront so that we can fix that one freaking rail and just completely change the dynamic at that spot.
Mm.
That, and I hated that every time I would do an underbar, just clang, clang, clang.
What? That's the best part.
I hated it because
The feeling, but the sound is kind of neat.
I want my parkour to be, like, quiet. And, like, I want to be loud sometimes, but on my own accord, you know, I don't want the obstacle I'm training on to be crazy loud.
That's fair, I suppose, but I just don't. I think we just have two different ideas of how we deal with attention as well. I thrive on it. You not necessarily.
I can, because
more
like
private is what I'm saying.
It's literally what I do for a living. Is I manage people's attention for seconds at a time, right?
Yeah.
I see you. You watch me do a cool trick. I interact with you again, and then maybe I do another one until you get out of my face. But sometimes I don't want to be looked at. I have, at any given moment at my job, I have literally about 100 people watching me. I had to do the math one day. where was that? It's in Federal Way, First and I think South 348th.
The Commons or something? Federal Way?
Close to that. It's like the Federal Way Winco. Yeah, so I'm standing on that intersection and I just started doing math. Like I was counting people in the cars at each part of this 4-way stop. It's a 5-lane road on each side.
Right.
Easily 100 people here, 100 people here, 100 people here, and 100 people here. Like 400 people staring me down at almost any given minute. And then, so like, the crazy part is so like, if I mess up, those people are gone. I don't have a chance to recover. I don't have a chance to show them that I'm actually better than that mistake. They see me mess up and then they're gone, and that's going to be what's stuck in their head is this sign spinner sucks.
I mean, that's fair.
Or
you just gotta get good at making it look like you did it on purpose.
Which I feel like I've done a fairly good job.
You're getting better for sure. But it's just different. My career aspirations until I was like 24 was to play in a stadium with 67,000 people in it.
I do want to sign spin at like a
I like giant
show.
crowds. I want people to know they should be watching us, to be honest.
All right. I gotta use the restroom real quick,
You're
and then
good.
let's gear up.
Let's
just